right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're joined by a powerhouse in the indie scene, the harvester of sorrow herself, Sammi Chaos. And we dive into her origins in wrestling. We discuss the path that she's built for herself so far and what she's ready to conquer next. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on. All right, what is going on, Primo? Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Everything all right? You good?
Everything is spectacular, brother. You know why?
That's good. Why? Tell me why everything is spectacular, my man. I would love to know. Fill me in.
Because, bro, we have another special guest today. What?
Nice. I'm loving these. These are always fun times. These are always great. All right. Well. I mean, don't keep me waiting, man. Who do we got? What's going on?
All right, brother. So our guest today, right? She's a rising force in the indie scene, right? Powerhouse, amazing storyteller, and she's dominating across the Northeast, man. She's, she has some gold right now, and she's breaking barriers. And I believe her next stop is Puerto Rico, baby. So,
all right.
Yeah, man. So let's get crazy. Let's get chaotic. Please, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, Primo, welcome to the show, Senora Sammi Chaos. Yeah, let's bring her in. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, there she is.
Hey.
Hi. Can you hear me?
We got you.
We got you.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
Nothing. We're just super excited to have you on the show.
It's a very exciting thing, I know.
We're over here just grinning ear to ear like Cheshire Cat and all over the place. So just wanted to say thank you, first of all, for giving us a little bit of your time. I understand that it can be very hectic, scheduling wise and everything. And I know we had a problem and we had to reschedule this. So thank you very much for being so cool and understanding about everything. That we truly do appreciate that wholeheartedly. So once again, before we do anything else, I want to just thank you very, very much for your time and your patience.
Thank you for having me. It's all good. Shit happens.
Wonderful. So the staple question that we like to ask a lot of our guests, whether they be wrestlers or even just fans and or guests of any kind, is what is that first memory that you have of wrestling, that wrestling you like, oh wow, like this is something I want to watch, this is something like I want to, especially someone like yourself who's in the industry, something I wanted to be a part of. But like, because Eddie always has Kane's entrance into the WWE when he came out after the Undertaker's match. My memory is as simple as just sitting on my grandfather's lap while he was watching Lucha Libre on a Saturday afternoon at home on Univision. So what for you was that moment that just kind of was like, oh wow, like this is something cool. It's something I want to know about and learn and watch and get into.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, mine's kind of similar. I used to watch with my older brother, so he kind of just like forced me to watch with him, and he's like, this is what we're watching, and that's that. But like, I just remember like seeing like Mankind and Kane, like, what the fuck is this? Like, what do you have me watching? But like, I fell in love with it, and it was like, I couldn't wait, for the next night for it to come on. And, we couldn't watch the pay-per-views, but like, he would tell me like the next morning, like who won, and he would leave like notes around and be like, oh, The Rock won, this, that, the other thing. And I'm like, I just quickly became like the only female in my grade school, like watching wrestling. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I was just sat in front of a TV and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this is awesome. But I didn't even know that was something that like you can go and do. I'm like, oh, these are just TV people. Like, I don't even like that. So yeah, from like, I think I was like 7 or 8 probably.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, ions ago.
No, not that far. No.
Not that far.
We're all in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now I have a question, right? Because I've heard through other podcasts, right? Because we got to do our homework, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard that your journey into wrestling I know you were training with someone, and then basically it was like word of mouth that got you there. But my question, based on those questions that you've responded in the past, what was the thing that actually made you pull the trigger and say, you know what, I'm gonna actually do this. I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah. People don't believe me when I say this, but I was very drunk one night. And I was like, you know what? I'm very tired of like working a 9 to 5, or even working, like, I used to work like 3 jobs at one time, just like an insane person. And I remember going out with my friends one night and I was just drunk, and I was like, you know what? Like, I could be a professional wrestler. And they were like, what the hell are you talking about? I was just like, let me just do whatever I want. Like, just
Yeah,
shut up about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think it was like the next week I was Googling like wrestling schools and like how to become a professional wrestler. I'm like, that's in my Google history now. But yeah, and now I work a 9 to 5 and I wrestle. So love that.
I mean,
But yeah,
bills got to get paid. Bills got to get paid. So I mean,
listen,
yeah, that's
we need some sort of consistency. So
right.
but yeah,
Wow.
you can thank Jack Daniels for me getting into wrestling.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, now we can put a name.
Right.
We can put a name now, so that's fine. So we know that you've been trained by a bunch of different talented wrestlers in the industry: Masha Slamovich, Jorge Santi, Mike Law. Is it fair to say that you've kind of taken a little bit from each of their styles, and what would you say you've taken from each individual trainer, and not just them, anyone else who has impacted you, profoundly?
Yeah, no, I try to take a bit of anyone that gives me advice, any match I watch. But I mean, there's not a lot of things that like Masha does that like I can apply to my matches or anything like that. So it's I try to nitpick at things. I credit Jorge Santi a lot to kind of making me a monster, and
Nice.
really being on my ass and being like, he used to nitpick the shit out of me, and I used to think he hated me, and I'm just like, what? Why am I even here? You're criticizing everything I do, and it's like, oh, you see potential in me, and it's you want to see me succeed, and I know like if you didn't care, you would just like shut up and just tell me to keep it moving. So constructive criticism is a bitch, but we love it. But yeah, I mean, even Prince Ahmed, he is also one of my coaches, and he's the torture artist. But, being a thick lady, I don't really get into a lot of the holds that he does, but I take everything, how can I modify that into my matches, and I have, and it's interesting to see. And during training when he has us trying different holds and stuff, and he'll see me do it, he's like, oh my god, it's a miracle. I'm like, great, thank you so much. But like, thank you.
Nothing like support. There's nothing like support. I mean, that's wonderful.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I try to be vicious like Masha. I try to be calculated like Santi. I try to be larger than life like Mike Law. It's all, I'm like a Lego set of a wrestler. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So in that same train of thought, right? So then how has your in-ring style or mindset changed since you debuted? I believe we're at year 4, right?
Yeah, something like that. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, like what would you tell like rookie Sammi Chaos,
God,
if you could?
Stop. No. It's funny because I was actually just watching my first match a few days ago, and it's kind of like night and day. Even the entrance, like I look like a deer in headlights. Like I walked out of the curtain like, what the hell am I doing? Like, but yeah, I mean, what would I tell young Sammi Chaos? Just keep fucking going. Like I hate watching myself, but like it's necessary.
Right.
Watching myself like a match that, you know, I might have had just a couple of weeks ago to, you know, my first couple of matches, it's night and day. Like I look so much more confident. Like I know what I'm doing. I know what my next step is going to be. I know how to recover from like a mess up, like anything like that. I just look a lot more comfortable than, you know, I did a few years ago. So, you know, a few years ago, I was just jumping out of my skin, like, get me out of here. So,
Well, I mean, then obviously you've come quite some ways. I mean, to get comfortable now. I mean, I would love to be able to see that first incantation of you walking out of there and just deer in the headlights
I'm gonna
where you
send
are
it
now.
to you guys.
Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah. And believe us, like we get it, because I went back to our first episode and I'm like, I started cringing. I was like, oh no, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why was this an idea? Like, why, you know? So we get it.
Yeah.
Well, and in our defense there, I mean, I was also coming off of a cold, so we sounded really bad really soon. It was just, oh gosh, it was
Blame
terrible.
the cold. Blame the cold.
Of course, I gotta defend myself somehow. Come on, I gotta
was sick.
put a wall.
Like a couple of years. Like
Quite some time. It's been quite some time. But okay, so I mean, kind of playing off of that, in terms of your matches, what have been what is the most like physically challenging or mentally challenging matches that you can recall? Like, what is one that you were like, I was pushed to my limit there, you know, whether it be physically, psychologically, emotionally? Like, I mean, because, you know, it's not always about taking the physical bumps from what we've heard from, you know, a lot of the other wrestlers we've spoken to. So what would you say would be those? Like, what is your physical, what is your more like emotional kind of toughest matches that you've been in?
I'm gonna say 100% my match with Masha. I had wanted that match for so long, like scratching and clawing for that match, and more of just like to prove myself kind of thing. But she was coming off of WrestleMania weekend where she just wrestled like 12 times, I think. 11 or 12 times. Yeah. And then we wrestled that Wednesday, and I put together about 85% of the match, and it wasn't even like the carrying out of the match. It was like, hey, Masha, I have all of these ideas, and like, this is, you know, what I want to do, where I want to put it. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever spoken to Masha, but you don't know if she's going to like call you a fucking idiot, or she's going to be like, oh, like, that's awesome. Like, yeah, let's do that. So even though she's like much smaller than me, she's very intimidating. And like, you know, I was like, hey, I have this whole match like planned out. I've been planning it, like, oh my God. And she was with pretty much all of it. And, you know, carrying it out and watching it back, I'm like, holy shit, like her throwing me off the second rope and like all that fun stuff. We kicked the shit out of each other, and it was amazing. I'm so strange because I'm like, yes, hit me. Like, oh my God, this is so fun. So I'm like, yes, this should be physically challenging. Like, we should be in a fight. Like, it should look like I'm trying to like tear your head off, and it did. So that's it's probably one of my favorite matches, and probably the most challenging match, just from start to finish, like from calling it to, you know, getting out of the ring and going back to, you know, to the back. So yeah.
Wow. I mean, so not only physically taxing, but the fact that you had to plan that whole, not that you had to, but that you did plan the whole thing and orchestrated the way it was going around was probably very mentally taxing on you as well.
Yeah. Wow. I was like, Masha, I have all these notes. What do you think? What do you think? I'm like waiting for her to tell me that everything I know is wrong. And I'm just like, okay. But yeah, no, she was down for the majority of it. So I was super grateful.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, because I recall, I think Undertaker was the one person that said this, that he says that the match begins the moment you walk out onto the ramp, right? Because it's not just the match itself, it's the presentation, it's the character, it's all of it. So the fact that you went from deer in headlights rather to now, you know, producing the match and, you know, running these ideas and getting it to the finish line. I mean, amazing. So Sammi, I mean, there is no secret that you're on fire right now. You're ramping up in a way that you're taking over the entire Northeast. I wouldn't be surprised that we're going to see you down here in Florida at your local promotions at the Boca Raton Championship Wrestling at CCW. I'm sure, I personally would love to see a Sammi Chaos versus a Nikki Blackheart match in Florida.
Oh yeah.
So we got to make those happen. But um, with that momentum, with everything that's happening, and plus, I will mention that you will be traveling to Puerto Rico soon for an event out there.
Yes.
But with all that being said, with the number of promotions and shows that you have completed at this point in time, have any of these matches made you feel or help you define your career so far, where it's like, man, this is real. Like this is where I need to be. This is where I know what I want and I know where we're going from here, that kind of thing. So love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pinpoint it on a specific match, because it's just like anytime I walk into the ring, I was like, oh my God, like this is where I need to be. And this is like, I don't need to be in a cubicle. I don't need to be at a laptop. Like I need to be in the ring, like fighting, not even wrestling. I'm like, I just want to fight. But like
Nice.
there's been like a couple of times where I went to go help out with TNA, like under Masha, and like things like that. I went to GCW to like help with Masha and things like that, and it's like I just want to be around it all the time, that when Monday morning rolls around, I go to work and I'm just like, fuck, like I'm just thinking about wrestling. Like, so I'll be working and I'm just watching wrestling like on my phone, and it's life consuming, and I love it. I'm like, I don't think there's ever been another job or anything that I've pursued before where I'm like, holy shit, like I want it to consume my whole life. Like I don't want to think about anything else. I don't want to do anything else. Like this is all I want to do. And from that drunken night, where I chose to start this, like that was the jumping off point. And thank you, Jack Daniels, for everything you've done for me in my life.
Another big thanks to Jack Daniels.
But yeah, it's just anytime I'm around it, anytime I get to train, anytime I get to have a match, just be around it. I love it. I'm just consumed by it. It's not a specific match. It's just anytime I'm around it, I'm like, yes, like this is where I belong. Like, don't put me anywhere else.
You feel more invigorated. You feel more alive.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
it brings that out in you. That's awesome. I mean, but that's how it's supposed to be when you do something you love, right? Yeah. I mean, that's ultimately what we're all looking for, is to find that thing that we can do that we truly enjoy while we're doing it. And that's fantastic that you've had, what that is, and that you're living that. You're living these moments and these dreams. And that's fantastic.
I have to remind myself that I'm living that. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, when I become a wrestler, I'm like, wait a goddamn second. I am.
Well, okay, see, that's a perfect lead into where I wanted to go, because I was just about to ask you, like, what moment was it where you felt like or has it happened yet, where you're like, I'm a wrestler, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's what I am. Like, what, you have had that moment, I'm assuming, or if you haven't, maybe not yet. I mean, but was it like a particular, a reaction from a crowd? Was it a turning point in a match? Was it like what? Can you even pinpoint it, or can you just be like, what? It's truly still kind of hitting me. Like, where can you go?
It kind of does just keep hitting me in the face every time, I step through a curtain or debut somewhere new and people have a reaction to me, whether it's positive or negative. Like, I don't really care. I'm reminded that, like, I'm doing this and I'm a professional wrestler. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I curse a lot. But
you're good. Trust me.
I worked Battleground Wrestling, Battleground Championship Wrestling, and they work out of the 2300 arena in Philly. And I think that was probably because they have, a whole like Titantron type deal, and it's like a very like, oh my God, ECW was here, like Bam Bam was here, like what the hell? Like I'm in the same building that all these, you know, amazing people were in, and now I get to wrestle here and people are booing me. Thank you so much. And it's like, I think anytime I work like the 2300 arena, anywhere I work that's just like historic, I guess, it smacks me in the face, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm doing this. I wrestle. I moonlight as a wrestler. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah.
it's very reoccurring.
Yeah. Which is good. That's what you want. You know what I mean? Especially with something that you love. So then, okay, so I have a question, right? So you've held multiple titles already, right? But the question is with your ramp up and the momentum that you have right now, is there a championship that you're eyeing? Is there a promotion that you're eyeing? Like, is there anyone and any like, and you can name a few, like anyone, A, you want to take their title, and B, you want to, you know, take over their promotion, you know, let them know what Sammi Chaos is all about, you know?
Yeah. So WWE is a little promotion that no.
I'm not sure if you've heard of it, Eddie. I'm not sure if Eddie's heard of it. Maybe we
like, I
should
don't know
fill
if
him
you've heard
in.
of WWE.
Possible.
I think I did. It's like a mom and pop shop, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're new. They're new.
They're debuting on the scene. No. My eye on any certain championship. It's funny. I don't know if you guys know Danny Moe, but I've been terrorizing her around the entire Northeast, where I just follow her and be taking her belts, which is but I mean, any belt is fair game. Like, even if, you know, it's
Nice.
at a county fair, I don't care. Give me your belt. But
I mean, that means you're the champ, right? That means you're the one, right?
Yeah,
that's
like,
that's that simple.
my ring. No. But no, I don't think I have my eye on anything specific. I'm just, anytime I get a title opportunity, I'm just so like grateful, and if, you know, if and when I win the belt, I'm just like, oh my god, yes, I am a champion. Thank you so much. Like,
Well,
I'm happy that
well
you
deserved.
recognize me as a champion. Yes. Like,
Yeah, well deserved. Absolutely. Okay, well, then let's push the belts aside. Then let's push the belts aside. And what about besides Masha? Because you said that was a match that you really wanted and you wanted for a while, and that's why you orchestrated and came up with it, and, you know, did a bunch of stuff. Who are you? You know, of course, any promotion, including that new one, WWE. Did you call it something like that? Yeah. Who would be some of your like your dream matches? Of course. Like, I mean, I know it's kind of a boring question, but I mean, like who do you think would be a good physical matchup for you and someone that, because I mean, it's easy to say, oh, you know, I'd love to go against Trish Stratus or Lita or whatever, you know. But I mean, who do you think would be like a good matchup, you know, physically for you, and you think you get a good fun storyline?
she's been on my list for a long time, but I'd love to wrestle Megan Bain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's like high up on my list, and anywhere I go, I'm like, hey, so me and Megan, yeah, her. I'd love to wrestle Athena. Like, oh my god, she is, and just like ruthless. It's amazing. Jessica Havoc is definitely one of my dream matches. A lot of people like to compare me to her, so I think it would be a lot of fun to squabble with her. But yeah, there's a bunch, like Bozilla that just came from Japan. I think she's back in Stardom now, I think. So yeah, I don't know, anyone that just like is just strong style, I just want to like get in the ring with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, right, because in the matches that we've seen, you know, you do a tremendous job, not only going against people the size, you know, like sharing the same size or same stature, but I'm really impressed with the matches that you have with, you know, talent that's smaller than you, right? Because you've mentioned this before in other podcasts where it's like, it's always a David and Goliath story when it comes to those type of matches. But what I find really impressive is that you make them look so good and they make you look so good. And one of the questions that I wanted to ask you in the same vein, but not necessarily ask the same questions that the others ask, right? But wrestling, we know, is physical, but it's also psychological. But
Mhm.
my question to you is like, what message do you want fans to take away from your matches after they watch a Sammi Chaos match? Like, what do you want them to walk away with?
Mhm. I think as long as they feel something, if I make them feel anything, whether it's, rage, anger, they're upset, like I've had like little girls, call me asshole and I'm just like, what the hell? I think as long as I, elicit a feeling into the crowd, like it's a win for me. Because it's my job, it's my opponent's job to kind of take them through a story and for them to forget about, life for, however long the show is, however long my match is. It's like I want to, submerge them in wrestling, and it's like I want to elicit terror and, scare people. And, I don't get to be a face often, but
Right.
when make them feel something, make them feel for me. Like when I wrestled Su Young, I was I was technically the face of that match, and hearing people try to, cheer for me to, fight back this demon that's on top of me. It's so interesting because I'm just like, I'm so much bigger than Su Young, but they're booing her and cheering me. So it's like, I can get a reaction, the right reaction that I'm looking for. It's a huge win for me. Like those girls should have called me an asshole because I was being an asshole. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's
up
part
their
of the
face.
deal.
I should be called an asshole. Like,
So,
so
is it fair to say that if someone were to watch a Sammi Chaos match and they wanted to chase the dream of wrestling after watching that match, similar to going back to the first question that I asked, that moment that you recall, what if this for them was that moment? Would you say that being able to elicit a reaction from the fans is what you would want them to be the major takeaway of watching you do what you do, or is there something else that you think you would like them to be like the major takeaway from it? Is work hard to get that reaction, or is it something different?
yeah, I mean, it's hard work to elicit a reaction. I've had matches where it's quiet and I'm like, cool, like I fucked up, great. But you
Wow.
take the good with the bad. That's how you learn.
Of course.
And like every time I go into the ring, it's a learning experience. I learn something new, which is so wild to me because you think you have it all and then you go in there, it's like, oh, like that's right, let me make a note of that. And
Right.
anyone that's watching me, I mean, listen, if I'm making you want to become a wrestler, Godspeed. Like,
Come on, don't sell yourself short. Stop.
no, but like, yeah, I mean, if you listen to the crowd, I try to watch wrestling without the commentary because they try to sway you into thinking, whatever. But I love listening to the crowd and the reaction and watching the wrestlers' faces. And, that's a huge thing of it. I have a very expressive face. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it's a good 50% of it. It's all just very like, if you slap me in the face and I just like look at you, with no fucking expression, well, you did nothing.
Right. Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like if I turn insane, it's like, oh shit, like now you're in the story, like I slapped Masha across the face and she turned into a psychopath on me. So it's all part of it. So if you're watching one of my matches to become a professional wrestler, it's the whole thing. Watch my faces, watch the little girls calling me an asshole. Like it's all of it.
Total package. The total package
from start to finish. So now, okay, so bonus question, right? Because I had this in the back of my mind and I wanted to bring it up in the beginning, but I feel like now is the best time to ask, right? But we've had Steve Monster Mac on the show, a couple episodes back. Shout outs to Monster. And in one of his segments, he's talking about, the love and joy of wrestling. And one of the awesome things about it is that the way his legacy still carries on in the business is by moves and things like that being passed on. And I thought maybe he was just gassing himself up. I don't know. So I wanted to ask you directly.
Careful, my man. Careful, dude.
Yeah. No, all love to Steve Mack,
Man,
right?
careful,
I wanted to ask you directly, did he really pass on the legacy of the monster driver to you, or was he just blowing smoke? Just let's be real.
Oh, very good at blowing smoke up his own. And, but, yeah, no, I actually remember when we had a conversation about it. Last year, I debuted for Blitzkrieg Pro up in Massachusetts, and it was a one-off thing where it was like, oh, I have my gear, they need someone in their scramble, cool. And I was like, I don't know really what to do. Multi-man matches make my head hurt. What the hell? And he said, he was like, well, why don't you use the Masa driver? And I was like, that's your are you sure? And he was like, you are a female that's going to take a hit squad member's move. Everyone's going to lose their effing mind. And I was like, okay, I was the same way. I was like, you're a little full of yourself. That's fine. But I did it, and everyone actually they lost their mind.
Wow.
People were coming up to me afterwards, and people who have never even seen the Monster Driver. They're like, you pile drive that guy onto that guy, and I was like, yeah, it's called the Monster Driver.
That's it. Yeah.
He does it. So yeah, he told me, he's like, you can keep using it, and I was like, are you sure? What the yeah, well, I'm my road is ending. So he was like, I know Bear Bronson asked Steve if he could use it, and so Bear Bronson uses it, and now I use it. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
stories like that.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. That's great.
He was like, they call it the Monster Driver, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, makes sense, No, but see, I love hearing stories like this because it's important for wrestling fans to hear the ins and outs and how things like that happen, because it's one thing being told to us story wise via television or online, because everything's streamed now these days. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of why we do what we do, is because we want to pull the curtain back more. We want to hear more. We want to learn more, the ins, the outs, how things like that happen, and to see if somebody's full of themselves or not. But it's all love, because I know Steve is awesome. He's a fantastic person, and right. And but in that same token, and I was telling Ariel about this off camera, the beautiful thing about wrestling, especially now, it's not only has mainstream wrestling blown up again or have that resurgence, but independent wrestling has gotten huge, because it's almost like people are in love with the options again, right? And it's yes, you could watch WWE, yes, you could watch AEW, but you got TNA, you got all these local promotions, and it's almost like territories are coming back. Yeah. It's making a comeback, and it's amazing. And I'm going to take this opportunity to not only encourage everybody to support your local independent wrestling, but even if you're visiting a friend and you're out of town, and there's always something happening, whether that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, all the time.
Yeah.
It's wild how much wrestling there is.
Yes,
there's something for literally everybody. It's so wild.
I mean, I just wanted to thank you again for giving us this time. This was absolutely fantastic. We had to. I think the one thing that Eddie said that I kind of want to reiterate is one of the reasons we do this is to help pull the curtain back, because there was it was on this show. I think it was Monster who said it. This wrestling isn't cool until you like wrestling.
Until you fall in love with it. Yeah.
Until you fall in love with it. People don't think it's cool until you actually fall in love with it. And you're just this is, we want people to kind of see where we come from and why we do this is because we love this, because this is fun for us, and then having, professionals on yourself, I think, helps to help our listeners realize that this isn't just, oh, it's fake, it's scripted, it's whatever, it's just throwing those just horrible words out there. It kind of brings it makes it more real, makes it more personable. So I want to thank you for breaking it down and just kind of like sitting down as yourself and having a true proper conversation with us, because it's very few and far between that people get to do that in an industry in which you're putting on a show the entire time. So to be able to do something like this, I just want to thank you for taking the time to do it and being so personable and just awesome and fantastic and funny. And we want to just give you a moment to tell everyone how they can get you: Instagram, Facebook profiles, TikTok, whatever. Please take a few moments and run wild, because you are now family to the show. Well, which means we got you. Whenever you want to come back, you want to go over, you want to watch, go over a PLE or something like that. Absolutely, whenever you want to come back, please. But please let us know how to find you.
Very old. What the hell is a PLE?
See, it took me a while to get PLEs down. Those are what the PPVs used to be. Now they're called premium live events.
Oh.
Yeah, it took me a while.
We still call them PPV, pay-per-views. It's whatever.
Eddie checks me once an episode because I say it, because I'll tell you this: tomorrow is my 46th birthday, so I still call them. I still call them PPVs. They're still pay-per-views, but now they're premium live events. But no, PPVs. So that's what I was saying. But please give us a moment and tell us where we can find you, how everyone else can find you, watch matches, all that fun stuff. The floor is yours.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Instagram and Twitter /X, whatever you guys are calling it. Call Twitter.
Twitter.
At real. I think my YouTube is Sammi Chaos Pro. I have a Facebook, but it's personal. So also Chaos, so I try to keep it, the same across the board, so it's easy to find me. If you do find my Facebook, you're more than welcome. It. I always post all my and all that fun stuff. So buy my merch, stalk me.
So now, side question, like last question, because they just keep popping in for the listeners, right? For the ones that are going to end up watching this on YouTube and Spotify, and because we are, Latino and we're a Latino-based show, the $1 million question, Sammi, are you at any way, shape, or form Latina?
No, it's hilarious. I like how you said in any way, shape, or form.
Various different ways.
98% Sicilian lady. So no.
98. There's a 2% chance. You're saying there's a chance.
2% African American. So
okay.
Well, all right. We gave it a shot. We rolled the dice. It just didn't come up our way.
All right.
I'm going to Puerto Rico, guys. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking, because I was like, okay,
so
she's going out
the
there.
minute you touch your bare foot on Puerto Rican soil, you're good.
Yeah, it's like an upload transfer. It's like Latina. Then you're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, "Que lo que?" And I'll be like, "What?"
We're not gonna be able to understand you when you get back.
Spanish that I know, so it's just fine.
Well, hit us up if you have any questions for when you get. We'll make sure we get you. Yeah.
Later, so I'm just gonna hit you guys up.
There you go. Yeah, we'll be around. But again, Sammi, this has been tremendous. We had so much fun with you. You are amazing. We can't wait to keep watching and keep following, and we're going to be watching. We're going to be following. Yeah. And I know we spoke about this off camera. But the weekend of SummerSlam, Ariel's already up there, but I'll be in the area, and I'm definitely gonna go try to check out the show on the 2nd, because we would love to see you live, and then we'll probably head over to SummerSlam, because it's just a big wrestling weekend.
It's a wrestling weekend. It's
gonna be fantastic.
I think WWE is running that. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
that new promotion you keep talking about. If you keep talking about it, people are gonna hear it.
MetLife Stadium. I never heard of that stadium. Yeah, it's very. I think it's like.
But yeah, no. If we do come, we'll definitely send you a message or something prior to let you know. You can look for the two of these shining faces in the crowd.
Yeah, shirts waiting for you guys.
Oh, fantastic. Sammy, once again, thank you so much. We truly thank you for taking the time to be here with us. Thank you for taking the time to reschedule and everything like that. And please, whenever you want to come back, if you ever just want to sit and chat wrestling and just kind of geek out for a little while, we're here. And we love to do it. We love to do it more than anyone. So
Awesome.
Please feel free to come back, and we will reach out if we come out, and you reach out to us whenever you like. Please feel free. We will definitely have you back at any point. Just you let us know what works for you.
Hell yeah. Much.
All right.
Thank you, Sammy. You are awesome.
Thank you.
Take care. Whoo, man, that was awesome. As always, she's
a sweetheart. She's great. She's honest. She's real. She's cool. Like that was really fun. That was a fantastic time.
Yeah, for sure. But now, Primo, just as always, final thoughts. It was awesome talking with her. Getting to know her more and more, and then also, like I was mentioning towards the end, she has a show coming up out there in Jersey, and since we're gonna be out there that weekend, I definitely want to go check not just her match out, but her promotion out, like where she's working out of.
Yeah, you got to resend me the information. I know you sent it to me, but it's lost in the text message.
Yeah, all good, brother, all good. But that was fun. I can't wait to polish this bad boy up and send it out to our listeners because I know they're gonna have a good time with it as well.
This was absolutely a great time. Thank you to Sammi Chaos once again.
Sammy.
Thank you to everybody for listening, following, checking. Don't forget primosforlife.com. Look for stickers, look for QR codes, check out the back, the back of our shirts, hats, stuff like that. Twitter, I'm not Twitter, sorry, Instagram and TikTok are live, and Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all the fun stuff. Please look for us. We love you guys. We couldn't do this without you guys. So once again, a thank you to Sammi Chaos and to our listeners for always being here. We love doing this for you guys. We can't do it without you.
Yeah. Go bueno, primo. You know what to do, man. Come on.
In that vein, I just thanked everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, nos vemos cuando nos vemos. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah. We'll see you when we see you. Take care, everybody.